I'm here with Heifa Faifi, the finance director from PDO, who was a participant in the open minds for the past 2 days. So Heifa, what did you think?
I thought it was an incredible opportunity for SMEs as well as for mature corporations to participate in. What I really loved about the Open Minds conference is that they had a diverse set of individuals who came up on stage to present to us, whether it's ranging from amputees to successful businessmen, businesswomen, but also creative individuals when it comes from the perspective of an artistic quality. It was amazing, it really was.
What are some of the messages that you will take away from the past 2 days?
A lot of messages, to be frank. I took a lot of notes. But the few things that really stood out for me is no deed is too small to make a difference, whether it's in the country or in the world. And this was in particular from Tom Whitaker, who talked about an individual who gave him the rock from the peak and said, "Don't give up, I want you to put this back." And that's an example of one individual who was so inspirational to another. And I reckon perhaps we should do more in terms of mentoring and development of others. The other key message that I took was, in addition to giving back into the community, is it's always important to come up with a big idea, one that is simple but one that is big, that others can actually buy into. And then thirdly is that people will say no, whether it's an SME trying to get funding or an individual trying to publish his book or her book. There'll always be no's on the way, so we should prepare ourselves mentally to encounter that, but to overcome and stand up again and try until we get a yes. So 3 key messages that I did get from this.
Was one of the speakers someone that was a highlight for you?
A couple of them were highlights for me. Jeffrey Archer, definitely. I'll have to say Cain and Abel is probably a book that my mother read rather than I. However, I am so inspired to go out and buy his books because of just the kind of character that he is. He was so impressive. He captivated me for certain. And I would really like to read his books. The other individual who really captured my interest was actually a local entrepreneur, Mohammed al-Barwani. It was very interesting, his story, the way he evolved. He started at PDO, I would like to emphasize, and he did mention that as well. But the fact that the road wasn't easy, he started a construction firm, it didn't work out, but he persevered, and he didn't let others detract him from his goal, so he just focused on his goal. He was truly inspirational. I also liked the story around Coffee Republic, the simplicity of the idea, but also the fact that it was a big bang idea at the same time. And one of them, and I think it was Mohammed Barwani actually, said, you don't need 50 pages worth of a business plan and 20 sheets worth of Excel. If you can't understand it on one A4 sheet, it's probably too complex. So those were the key ones that were inspirational to me.
Hi, my name is Sara Vuletic and I'm from Serbia. I live in Oman though.
And where do you work, Sarah?
I work for Muscat Hills.
And what brought you for the past 2 days here to the Open Minds Forum?
Well, it is absolutely a unique opportunity to listen to so many people who have various backgrounds and amazing experiences, and just to be able to listen to their stories, which are definitely mind openers for many of us.
Who were some of the speakers that will stand out for you?
It's a very difficult question, I have to say, because everyone was so remarkable in their own achievements, and everybody had their own story to share in a very special way, and each story is very unique. So what was the most interesting for me was that they're all people, incredible experts from different backgrounds in different fields, but they all share the common vision and the common goal, and they actually tell one story in different ways. And I think that everybody could have actually recognized themselves at certain points while listening to these people, and I think that is overall the highlight of the whole event, because it is very, very difficult straight after this event to say, okay, this is the highlight. Maybe after a few days when I reflect upon it, I will be able to tell you, I'll let you know. But at the moment, it's very difficult to say. I just can say it was one of the most interesting events that I've ever been to, and I'm very thankful to the organizers and to all of you partners who supported this event, and I hope we'll have more in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
Sarah.
you.
So we have Saeed Al-Toki, a PDO employee here. The Open Minds Forum just finished. For you, what were some of the highlights from the past 2 days?
I think the highlights was very clear to the addressing to two segments of the participants. For SMEs, it was addressing the difficulties and the challenges that they are facing in their project. Also, there are a lot of solutions that came out and giving them tips how to come out of this. I think that was very clear. From the decision makers as well, it was very clear that to say that we need to create an atmosphere for them to succeed. I thought that was very clear from it. But also it was also given from a different perspective by Sheikh Al-Fan. He was given an overview of a holistic view from a human, from a religious, from all aspects of it. I think to me it was very successful. But also there's a little bit of a lighter side of a presentation, which was also blended very well with the whole program.
Mm-hmm. Were there any surprises during the past 2 days that you weren't expecting?
I think the biggest surprise for us was when we missed Richard Branson, and that everybody came anxiously to look at it. But however, most of the presenters were equally good. I think we were quite impressed with a lot of people who went through from the process of getting to the real entrepreneurship journey.
Yeah.
I think that to me it was a good thing. Mohammed Barwani, for instance, he provided an overview from the oil industry, what are the difficulties and the challenge, and what one should look forward to deliver. And what he was insisting that he was stressing on gut feeling and determination. Mm-hmm. That came up very clear from that, and it applies within the oil industry or any industry. Persistence and endurance to deliver.
So there are lessons that you'll be able to take home with you now?
I think the lesson is there are more things to do. I think the whole of SMEs needs to be supported by all of us, whether somebody is in decision making or the government or even in the private sector. It's the responsibility that all of us we need to support them. But again, it's when do we support them? Do we support them at the beginning, before the idea, or after they started? I think that's, to me, it's very clear what Mohammed Barwan today was talking about. We should really help them when they've shown a step forward.
Right.
Yeah, because we don't want them to start from an idea, and that to me it was clear. And the one thing that I came up the last session, which is more of a lighter side, it was very, very relaxing, and to me it was very good. It was very good.
Can you do any beatboxing?
Well, I can't none of those.
So here we have Mr. Badr Alawati, who's the head of corporate communications for Enhance.
Yep.
You got to spend the past 2 days listening to these amazing speakers at Open Minds. Who were some of the highlights for you?
That's a very difficult question. I mean, every single one of the speakers brought a new topic to light. But I must say one of the most inspirational ones was Sheikh Al-Fan. Mm-hmm. I mean, he came on stage after lunch and you would expect people to doze off.
Yes.
It's the graveyard shift of motivational speakers, and he just came on, he opened his mouth, and you could literally see people on the edge of their seats, hands on their chins, leaning forward, going, oh wow, I want to hear more. And the Coffee Republic,
Sahara
yeah.
Al-Hashimi.
She gave me my little light bulb moment.
And
Well,
Are you going to share, or we have to wait and find out?
Well, I'll give you. I mean, I'm a photographer. I'm an entrepreneur. After work, I do my photography as a side business, and I'm a blogger as well. And she just gave me the idea. If you're good at something, why not do it? I'm good at both things, but I keep them separate. So why not just
Combine.
a blogtographer, if you like. So yeah.
So, you're a young Omani. How important are events like this for Omanis like you who are starting out in your careers?
Very, very. I mean, it's just like Sheikh Alfa said. I mean, young Omanis are very dependent on the old ideas, on the way things that have been done. Events like these show you that anybody, just anybody, with the right amount of effort and the right kind of thought could do something really big. And passion and persistence is very much needed. These platforms, they give the right motivation to the right kind of people to go and do their own thing. That's where the real economy comes in. It doesn't come from, age-old businesses. It comes from these entrepreneurs creating new ideas, creating new things. So this was a really well-needed event.